For more than a week, rescue teams have worked tirelessly to clear and search the rubble of that collapsed condominium building in Surfside, Florida. Amna Nawaz has this conversation recorded this evening before news of the emergency order to demolish the remainder of the partly collapsed building.
Judy, rescue efforts resumed late yesterday after a 14-hour pause over concerns that parts of the building that remain standing could fall and endanger workers. Weather issues, including heavy rain and lightning storms, have also slowed or halted work in recent days. And now, as we reported earlier, Hurricane Elsa is on course to reach the Florida coast this weekend. All this as rescue workers continue their mission around the clock. We turn now to Michael Fagel. He served as a safety and logistics officer after both the Oklahoma City bombing in 1995 and the World Trade Center attacks on September 11, 2001. He now teaches disaster management and has written a number of textbooks on the subject. Michael Fagel, welcome to the NewsHour. Thank you for being with us. We should say we're on day 9 now of the search and rescue efforts on the ground there. Last night, the terrible news, they pulled the body of a 7-year-old daughter of a Miami firefighter from the rubble there. Help us understand, for the rescue workers doing the work right now, what is it like? What's going through their minds?
They are on pure adrenaline right now. These folks are working 12-hour shifts or not longer, and even when they stop to rest, they don't rest. They're still doing 100 miles an hour. These people are dedicated to try and find every person that they can, and they just don't want to stop.
No survivors have been pulled from the wreckage since the hours after the collapse last Thursday. They're still in a search and rescue mission. When does that turn to search and recovery?
When it changes to recovery will be what the on-the-ground commanders decide. Could be several days. Remember, it was 11 days with Mexico City, and it was 8 days with Haiti. So they're evaluating every condition in their unified command as we speak. And that's a decision that's going to be a hard decision to make because nobody wants to give up.
You know, at that site, there is this collapsed tower, the South Tower. There's also a North Tower just about 100 yards away that is, of course, still standing, was built by the same developers at the same time. FEMA has now said that they will temporarily relocate residents of that building if they wish to leave, but they haven't been ordered to evacuate. I wonder, from your experience, what your take is. Should those residents leave that other building?
I know that when we did other evacuations, that if you have an opportunity to leave while it's safe, I would highly recommend doing so. I'm not an engineer, but I suspect that various engineers have suggested there may be similar conditions. So if I was given the opportunity to evacuate, I would.
As we mentioned, Hurricane Elsa is now threatening the coast. Give us a sense of how that's changing the rescue work on the ground.
Of course, with wind and weather, those issues will certainly exacerbate the issues. The crews are going to keep working as safely as they can for as long as they can. But when you had wind, weather, shifting debris as we had yesterday, when a beam moves 6 to 12 inches, all those things just add to the entire problem that must be evaluated minute by minute.
I wonder, too, if you'd weigh in on this, because obviously the safety of the workers is at the foremost of everyone's minds right now. But what about the long-term safety? I think back to the rescue workers who were there after 9/11, and many of them inhaling the dust and who knows what else afterwards. Are you concerned, based on what you've seen, about the long-term health of those rescue workers at Surfside?
Absolutely, and it's something that will rear its ugly head at the very unknown times. I tried to keep people safe when I was at Ground Zero. I succumbed to cancer 10 years later. So you just don't know. I lost a kidney and some lung function. These folks are going to be they need to be monitored so carefully. They need to say, I need medical attention, and they need mental health support as well. Don't be afraid, because the long-term effects of critical incident will last with them for their lifetime and for their families. Don't ignore it.
Michael Fagel, you know what it is to be in those rescue working teams. And I wonder if you had a brief message for those on the ground doing the work right now, what would that be?
Don't give up. Don't panic. And stay safe. And please, please obtain medical attention and mental health support. Don't be afraid. It's okay.
That is Michael Fagel joining us tonight. And of course, our thoughts remain with the people and those rescue workers down in Surfside, Florida. Thank you so much for your time.
You're welcome.